Greetings to everyone world over. Wishing you all a very happy birthday. Wishing you all a great morning, great afternoon, great evening. Pleasure to have everybody with us. Indeed, extending you a very warm welcome on behalf of our senior advisor, Shri Anil Manocha ji, all the way from Singapore. It should be around 7:32 p.m. in Singapore at this point of time. This particular evening or morning or afternoon, whatever time zone you are in, wherever you are in, those are watching this particular program. As the year is closing and wishing you today, 25th of December, a Merry Christmas, a very happy birthday of our late Honorable Prime Minister Shri Atal Bihari Vajpayee ji, and at the same time, wonderful, warm, heartfelt greetings to everyone world over. Ladies and gentlemen, most of the places things are getting better. 2020, we are in the last week and we rolled to new year 2021 in just a couple of days. So all the dignitaries who had come to us and those supported their vision, their ideas, their pragmatic approach, and wonderful inputs they have given. What exactly is to be done related to water management strategies, water management innovation? Related to that, those have given their valuable inputs from world over. Our deepest gratitudes and thanks to all of them on behalf of our chamber, ICSI, International Chamber for Service Industry. Today's evening, no deliberation, no discussion. It's only celebrations and it's only thanks, thanks, and thanks, thanksgiving, and giving our gratitudes to everybody from the bottom of the heart. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's move on. As we deeply understand that the water is the concern of everyone, and we got to save every drop of water, and that is the pledge we will take in the last week and enter 2021. We are grateful to our state union minister as well as Arushi and all the team members, those are watching this particular program from minister's place as well as Arushi place. Thank you very much for joining us from there. And at the same time, we understand that due to certain reasons, you are not in a position to join us this evening. However, we will be having a gala get together, warm get together in the first week of January 2021, because water conservation, water management strategies, and everything related to whatsoever has to be done in schools, colleges, universities, working places, and other places wherever you have got retail malls and entertainment places. Wherever we are consuming water, we are using water, every place related to that is a concern, and we would like to take that in our fold. International Chamber for Service Industry, ICSI, in your service since 1994. And you would be very happy to know that 5 virtual meetings have taken place already. And the annual Parvasi Bharatiya Divas meeting and the annual convention virtual meeting is taking place on 9th of July 2021. And there's a separate web portal which has been opened for Bharatiya Parvasi Divas 2021. Those of us, those are keen, you can go, you can have a look, you can log in, and deliberations which have taken place so far as a curtain raiser, they are also available right over there. And then the details of the 9th January are also visible. Now, the important news which I wanted to share is that this slide will change now. Now there are 31 million NRIs. 31. So we have moved from 30 to 31. So that figure we would be changing. Vasudhaiv Kutumbakam, that is the integral part of our ethos, philosophy, ethics, and we will take that forward to 2021 also. Heartiest congratulations once again, and thanks to all the people, those who brought the new education policy on 29th of July 2020 in India, and the inputs which we have given from our side, water management at schools, colleges, universities, polytechnics, ITIs, research, innovation, everything to be integral part of our education ecosystem. So thereby, National Education Policy 2020 is next to our heart, and same is and so is water management strategies. We are deeply concerned, and we would be always there to see that every drop of water gets saved. And we have to do the water conservation at all levels, and it starts right from our home, it starts from our working places, schools, colleges, universities, institutions, wherever. And women empowerment is very important, because ladies at home, ladies at working places, teachers at schools, colleges, universities, and our chamber 12-hour beaming, what we are having every day, we always give a reference and make a mention every day that how precious the water is and how deeply we are concerned with this. Another good news that from New Year, as per the various recommendations which has been made to us, from the first week of January, we will have two programs of Swami Vivekananda on education and youth, and there are some couple of more changes. There will be approximately 30 webinars per week that will be coming through from 1st of January. And we are grateful to everybody whosoever got deeply associated with us during the year 2020, during most difficult times, and they had been great support to us. We are thankful to all of you. This evening, after this program, 6:30 today, Veena Raizada ma'am would be coming. She is academic advisor, next education, and she is going to talk about today empowering teachers, activity-based learning. That's going to be our 486th webinar. And thereafter, from Doha, Qatar, we will have a live telecast, and that is going to be NEP 2020 advisory for parents with regard to children exams. It will be 1.5 hour deliberations from the NRIs, non-resident Indians, and this school has got 10,000 students, and they all will be the part of today's deliberations which we are having. This is one of the most important slide I wish to share with all of you, that our chamber will be dedicating the next year to future education, and where we will be talking basically how the education will be shaping up in future. So 26th and 27th, that is tomorrow and day after tomorrow, we will have a curtain raiser at 12:30 in the afternoon, and thereafter on 28th, 29th, 30th and 31st December at 12:30, you will have very innovative program for which all our principals and educators are waiting. So I want to remove the suspense. Future trends in education. 28th afternoon, 12:30 p.m. Indian Standard Time, we will dedicate to school education. 29th December, higher education. 30th December, education, skills and MSME with entrepreneurship. And 31st December, future trends in education, where Shiksha, Kaushalta, Udmita, the new golden triangle, that is education, skills and MSME, we will talk over there. And we will take on the entire tilt towards future trends in education. Our chamber research, your basic food, your basic health, and your basic education is very important to all of us. So world is getting back to B2B, that is back to basics. shifting and swapping from business to business to back to basics. And that is going to be the future sustainable development at least 2021. So, ladies and gentlemen, we strongly believe whatsoever human mind can conceive and believe it can achieve. All of us, we should be together and we should enter together in 2021 while wishing each other global wellness, happiness, and we pray to Almighty. Everybody should be safe wherever they are. With these words, let me just get to Anil Manochaji, and I would request him to take on from here. Shri Anil Manochaji.
Good evening and Merry Christmas, everyone. We are today will be talking about whatever we did in last few webinars. Today is the 10th webinar, and we started this series on 23rd October. Whatever we have done has come from the dedicated commitment of all the panelists who have joined and given us various insights into water. Uh, we we have done so far 9 webinars, and in 9 webinars we had close to 14 international speakers, and all these international speakers with their cumulative wealth of over 250 years in water industry has shared us various aspects of water, be it a water supply aspect, be it a demand aspect, be it a contamination, be it a water management aspect, be it a concept related to education. So we have listened to all these speakers who brought us whatever they have done in their countries, whatever they have done for the improving the water conditions, and we heard all of them. And also today we will be also talking about what India needs and what model India should have. That's what we will going to do. Uh, Coming from the supply side of water, we had speakers who talked about the uh, rivers, canals, ponds, water bodies in terms of contamination. So from them, we learned that water has got physical impurities, water has got chemical impurities, water has got bacteriological impurities. We also learned from them that how many people, how many children die even during the phase of COVID. Approximately one third of people did not have access to even wash their hands. So though we were trying to control the pandemic, at the same time we were having issues that we are not able to give water to the people who could at least would have washed their hands and would have remained disease free. We also talked about the issues of groundwater contamination from a speaker from UK. This speaker from UK has done a lot of work in India. She came with the actual datas in the areas of eastern part of India, Bihar, and talk about the contamination of arsenic removal, lead removal, and so many contamination. The speaker from Malaysia, Dr. Zaki, is an expert in river water monitoring. So he talked about the issues related to river water pollution. Then also we had a speaker who was from Punjab, Dr. Sunil, and he talked about the issues which Punjab is facing because of this contaminations. He came out with the issues, how the people are suffering, how the people are not able to get the clean drinking water, how the extraction of groundwater has reached to the aquifer stage, and we are depleting the resources. So we heard from him the real issues, and also he gave some suggestions how this can be improved. So if you look from these 3 speakers, we learned about the contamination issues, we learned about the real issues world faces, and we learned about the real issues we are facing in Punjab. Then we also were told that how this contamination takes place. If you look at these pictures, the wastewater contamination, the contamination in water comes from industries, agriculture, oil and gas sector, animal waste, pharmaceutical sector, sewage disposal, and all this contamination either goes to the river or it reaches to the ground. And we heard very clearly, loudly from our speaker from Punjab, how the Punjab is getting affected because of these contaminations. Also, we learned from this talk was that we have two type of contamination, which is natural contamination and second is the man-made contaminations. So after knowing about contamination, then we had speakers who talked about how we can handle the issues of treating the contamination. So one speaker told us how the rivers can be cleaned, what sort of technologies can be employed, how water can be made potable, how water can be made suitable for industries. Another speaker talk to us about the ecological way of treating water, how we can regenerate the rivers. We have close to uh, 6 lakh rivers, if I'm not wrong, maybe more, that our speaker can say, and how in a shortest possible time these rivers can be brought back to the original shape. So we heard from him in a natural way. Then we had another speaker who talked about the home water purification system. He cleared lot of myths how we should be using the home water purifiers, and he also sensitized us about the concept of using or saving the plastic and going for a glass bottles. So we heard from him the various technologies which can be used in the homes, also for conservation, for treatment, for protection, and also how we can clean the environment by avoiding plastics and by going for plastic bottles. After knowing the technological aspects, then we moved into demand side of water. As we know that India uses close to 80% of the fresh water for agriculture sector. So it was very apt for us to discuss more on agriculture sector. So we had speakers who talked about the technologies, how agriculture sector water efficiency can be improved, how we can change the crop pattern, how we can help in salvaging the issues of climate change because of different type of crops. So this speaker also gave us a very good idea, Mr. Anupam Mishra, that even in India we can save 50% of water by creating efficiency. Then we had a speaker uh, who had a US backed technology for processing fruits. Approximately 30% of the crop get wasted when it travels from farm to the end user. And if we use the technologies which can be used inside in the villages, we can save that and we can also make the farmers rich by using these concepts of agriculture processing. So this gentleman also gave an open invitation that anybody who is interested, they can get in touch with him and he will be able to help us to organize funding and also to see that he has a market for exporting this product to USA. Then we had a speaker who talked about waterways. As we know that all the rivers, all the canals, we can take use of them by transporting people, transporting material, security. So he brought in the concept of how economy can be increased by waterways, how education can be employed in this sector for giving people employment, and how we can go for a floating type of structure in the case of climatic change, how this can happen. So we heard this issues of water demand, and after water demand, since we covered water supply, we covered water demand, we covered the contamination issues, we straight away moved to how do we manage the water. So though we keep on saying that there is a shortage of water, but practically, is it a shortage of water or we lack somewhere in managing the water? So then we had speakers who shared their experiences. A speaker from South Africa came and who talked that when Cape Town was almost getting zero water situation, how the government brought the Cape Town back into life. And now everybody was able to get water and survive. So the messages which came very clearly from Cape Town speaker, the speaker was that if you have a problem, please broadcast, please tell people and publicize the problem so that people can proactively start supporting you. And water problem is not only related to water problem relates to so many aspects that also we learn when we go into Singapore water story. Then we had a speaker who talked about circular economy in water, how water can be used multiple times. We cannot use only one throw type. If I start using water 5 times, 7 times, 8 times, probably whatever problems we say about water will not be there. Probably India itself can have a situation of self-sufficiency, probably excess water, the moment we use the concepts of circular economy. Then we had a speaker who talked about Singapore water story and how Singapore transformed from uh, uh, a water stressed nation to water exporting situation, or a technologically they were able to create situations. Then we had a interface from education sector. We had a speaker, Dr. Nair, who talked about how education can be used in salvaging the issues, and the concepts came very clearly that you cannot consider water alone as a problem. We have to relate this water problem with social problem, with ecological problem, with so many issues, technological problems. And they also sensitize us about the industry specific programs which can be imported to youth of this nation, so that these people can become self-sufficient and create awareness. As we all know that India has a quite significant number of people, uh, young population the age of 16 to 24 years, and this can be the target group for all of us who can bring transformation to India. So after this, then we also talked about the career opportunities in water. We also said that India needs something like 6 to 7 thousand crores of rupees, which is going into water infrastructure every year, and how India can be transformed and how opportunities can be brought in the water sector, be it a opportunity for entrepreneurs, be it opportunity for employers, be it opportunity for employees. And one take from water education is that water is a recession proof career option. So anybody who is thinking of water as a career, keep in mind that it's a recession proof industry, and depending upon your appetite, you can select which field in water you would like to excel, whether you want to, whatever you want to do. So then also we showcased about the how the India is going to spend money. What you could see in yellow is something the water investments are going into the rural sector, agriculture sector. What you could see in the blue is the what investment which is going to go into the supply sector, and whatever you could see in the green, because industry water investments going into the sector. So there is a clean mapping available in India in the water sector, and we also talked about the Indian water scenario. We talked about that 40% of patients who go to hospitals uh, are because of they drink contaminated water. We also said that one third of groundwater is not fit for drinking. We also learned that heavy metals like fluorides, iron, salinity makes the water imperfect for rivers for drinking. And we also said that most of the rivers are prone to bacteria, viruses, and parasites. So we learned all this in previous seminars. uh, then we moved into the Singapore water story, and the key learning from Singapore water story was that if we have to address the water issue, we have to address the issues related to politics, related to policy, related to engineering, related to science, related to economics, social, system dynamics, administration. So, in case we are serious about water, all these issues have to be taken into consideration. Uh, and a small country like Singapore, which is 700 square meters, 5.5 million population, took 30 years from a water stressed nation to 24 by 7 water supply. So if you just imagine about India, probably India will have a bit longer way to go. Also, we learned that water management is not a quick fix. It needs a long-term commitment, which fortunately in our country is happening. So from the intervention from the government, the ministries have been formed, the focus has been created, funds have been allocated, so that we work towards achieving these missions. A lot of NGOs are working, a lot of people are working. You'll be surprised to know that we have 6 lakh villages in India, and approximately 200 villages have become a 24 by 7 water supply success story because of the support and because of vision of local tahsildars and local MLAs and local people. So a lot of good stories are as well there. So India, if you say India has to have a approach of demand and supply management story, we have to. India also have a lot of issues related to contamination, floods, droughts, and we need a problem addressal way. How do we manage this? Uh, each village, each place brings a unique water problem. So the concept, whenever we say that problem may be very big, but and we may learn from international people, but the solution is always local. Water is a issue which will go with the local solutions. And we also talked about that we will need a multidisciplinary approach if we have to work on India. We also talked about that we have to work on 5R principles, which is very widely publicized by Ministry of Jal Shakti. And the two important thing is we must relate water to our lives and we must respect water. So these are the two things. The moment we do that, we'll have a better thing. And a good news for all of us is that there's a lot of scope to improve agriculture efficiency. And if we are able to address that, probably will overcome the water issues. And we also have said that if you have to start the water problem, solve the water problem, we have to start young, maybe from 15 years age of students onwards. All these things were very well captured in various webinars, and these at a once shot you have a access link to all the webinars. If you go through all these webinars, you will find in more details whatever has been talked in each of the sessions. If we have to look at our India's future, we have to first embrace the reality. We must understand, all of us, that we are in a dire need to conserve water, and we have to work towards giving a true value to water and give water a respect it deserves, relate water to our lives, in addition to reduce, recycle, and minimize. We have to work on water management. We have to benchmark our performance with international standards, be it industry. How much ton of water I need consume for producing 1 ton of steel? How much meter, how much liters of water I use for producing rice? How much liters of water I use producing 1 kg of wheat? The moment I will use this, I will know that I need to improve my efficiency minimum 50 to 70%. And this all datas are available. We will not share here, but the moment you Google it out, you will know how India performs in each sector, whether it's industry, whether it's agriculture, and whether it's community with respect to international standards. And whosoever is interested to know the benchmarks, I will strongly suggest please look at Canada, who is the most water efficient country. Don't look at Middle East, because Middle East, though they don't have water, and because they are very rich, they consume and abuse water. But look at Canada. Even you can look at China. China may be in use for so many other things, but China has done tremendously good work on water management, done from them. So all these people who are more interested can get into those details. And again, we said that water, food, and energy have to come together. So we also, there is an era of disruptive technologies, technologies which will change the shape, efficient technologies, technology which will use less energy, which will less pollute the environment. All these things, all the work is being taking place. We will learn from the world, start young, find local solutions. We have 6 lakh villages, and each village will have its own problem, and we can address those, and so on. It's the discussion can go on for hours and days together in water. So, with this, I would like to say thank you to all my panelists and all my viewers and participants who have been associated with us for so long. And we hope that we helped you in creating awareness to water. And we will always say, uh, alone we cannot do too much. We together we can probably change the face of water. With this, I will give it back to Gulshanji to take this forward. Over to you, Gulshanji.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Anil Manocha ji. Now, my deepest gratitude and thanks to you. Wonderful 9 webinars and 14 international speakers. So I think the journey is moving very well, and we got to bring now very closely water management, innovative strategies in our schools, colleges, universities, polytechnics, ITI institutions, the entire ecosystem of education, and also We will discuss with the Ministry of Skill Development and Ministry of MSME. We will just see with them, because the triangle which we are going to develop from our chamber, we are going to work very closely with the Ministry of Education, Ministry of Skill Development, and Ministry of MSME. And there are few components which we are going to bring over there. One is Jal Shakti Mantralaya, that is water resources management. Secondly, we are going to work with the Ministry of Agriculture on organic farming, and we are going to work on startups related to organic farming. Third part, we are going to have plantation related to herbals. That is another area which we are deeply concerning, because latest study which has come is that maximum species of herbal plants, they are available in northeast part of India. So we have been given a mandate. I just finished my deliberations half an hour before, and last night also till 2 a.m. we were on with couple of core team think tank. So things which are emerging now, keeping that perspective and profile in mind, we look forward to the valuable support, leadership, dynamism, direction, creativity, innovation, networking of Anil Manucha ji to take the vision forward. My best wishes, thanks to you, your family. Thanks to Dr. Sulochana Nair. All the best wishes for remaining these days and the entire new year. Our best wishes to younger generation, Dr. Nishtha, for remaining days and the next year, and all other dignitaries, those are watching this particular program. Wishing you all the best, wishing you wonderful days ahead, wishing you Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, happy days ahead. Stay safe, stay fine. With these words, today we would close it and we will enter into 2021. Thank you.